reverse vowels of a string Leetcode 345 but in C++. So how are we going to do this? So we have done this in Python before. You can check out my other video where I have done this in Python. And in Python it was, if you guys remember, we had two indices, which is kind of makes sense because anytime you have two string is a reverse anything, you need two indices I and j so that you can swap them out, the elements out. So here how are we going to do that? We're going to have a string vowels of all the vowels in English language, and there are very few for our benefit. A, E, I, O, U, right? And then also the capital letters of them, A, E, I, O, U. So once we have it, we can have we can have a two index I equal to 0, and we have j pointing to the end of the string. So in C++ we have to declare everything. So j equal to it's a strongly typed language, so you got to declare everything. So now here s dot size, unlike Python where it was a very beautiful looking solution, and then s dot size -1. So now I is pointing to the first element of the string, j is pointing to the end of the element of the string. Now let's do the reversing. So while I less than j, so these are the typical pattern you will see. All these string reverse and any kind. Here we are reversing vowels. So just little bit I would say complication on top of reversing itself is very easy. It's like string reverse or element in a vector reverse or anything. So while I less than j, what do we need? We say if not, I'm going to define a helper function. Basically we want to make sure that we are pointing at a vowel first before we start reversing vowels, right? Because a string could be like hello in this case, which is starts with H, which is not a vowel. So you say if not contains vowels si. Now if it doesn't, meaning if it is a consonant, then we need to keep moving. So we say I plus plus, we say continue. Similarly, we need another of these for j on the other side, because you see we are reversing on the other side, so either side is moving in opposite direction. So we have here j as j, here j minus minus. This is what you got to not miss out. So as j minus, so if not contains well as j. So if now at this here at line 18 both are pointing at the vowels, we can basically swap. So let's have a local variable car temp scope at the scope level. So now you say temp equal to si, and this is a classic swapping which happens in everywhere. So si equal to sj and sj equal to temp, and don't forget to increment I plus plus and j minus minus after that. And you can't do that here if you think like in C and C, because we're going to use I here, right here. So if you increment in while, that would change our logic. It will work on a different character. So with that, now only thing that is remaining is outside the while loop, we return the value of the modified string where the vowels are reversed. And only so there's one more gotcha, which is contains function we have not defined. So let's define that. Should not be too hard. So bool contains, very easy actually. You have to pass a string by reference, and here in this case we have a char, we can do the const on that itself also, because anyway it doesn't, we don't modify, we only check. So that is item, let's call it item. And here, so we can use a library, stl library function find. So if std, I guess we don't have to give std, but I just give for the sake of, it is a very typical pattern in all, whether any kind of a trait. I say s dot begin, and then you say s dot end, and then you say the item that we're looking for, and here we say if it is not equal to s dot find, s dot end, that means we found it. Actually we say return true, else we return false. So I think it should work now. Let's give it a shot, give it a run. Accepted. So there you go. So this is very pretty much like the Python function, except that we don't have to turn the input argument into a list first and then work on the characters in the list, and then take the list and again construct a string from it by using the join method, and none of that needs to be done. We simply take the string that was passed to us is not const anyway, so we can modify it in place. So it works. So now if we say we do a submit, and it is accepted. So there we have, guys, our reverse vowel in terms of Leetcode 345, reverse vowels of a string, but this time in C++. I wish you guys all the best for your interviews. See you next time. Bye bye.